Move over urban India. A growing number of companies are now looking at rural Indians who are quickly moving from poverty to prosperity, with many multinationals creating bespoke products especially for them and reinventing marketing and distribution models to reach them, according to the man often called India's father of rural marketing.
Gillette decided to come out with a new product, and they realized that in these markets, people don't shave every day. So their bristles become long, and by the time they shave on the third or fourth day, so this twin blade, the bristles get stuck between the twin blades, and the blade stops functioning. And there's no running water, so there's no way that they can clean the thing. Right? So finally, they've come out with an ejector, which just ejects the bristles, and it starts working wonderfully well again. And that's a huge market for Gillette, which they had never looked at earlier. So this is a local solution that they found, and this was developed entirely for India. And I'm sure they'll be taking this to other emerging markets.
India has come up with so many products for its masses, whether it's the detergent that requires a little amount of water or the Tata Nano. But what's next? Companies actually have to sell these products. So has India come up with solutions to reach these markets?
Absolutely. I think the next big innovation is going to happen not with products, but with processes. Because as you rightly said, that you have to reach these products to 600,000 villages, to 5,000 towns. So that's a huge challenge. And that's where Project Shakti of Unilever comes in, which is a beautiful example of Unilever now wanting to tap into the next level of markets, which is the sub-2,000 population villages. Yeah? And this model really took advantage of the existing social infrastructure of these women's microfinance groups, where women save small sums of money and then sell something. So we appointed these women as dealers for Unilever brands, and they go around selling from house to house in their villages. This is like a rural Amway concept. And it's a win-win model for everyone. Unilever gets more sales, these women earn more income, the government meets the social objective of creating employment and prosperity in rural areas, and the banks get the advantage because now women are taking more loans, and that's the job of a bank, to lend money.
What kind of returns are they seeing? I mean, has that actually increased their sales?
Well, yes, we understand Unilever has increased their rural sale by at least 20%, after Project Shakti, and that's a huge significant sale, because Unilever being the dominant player, they didn't have any new markets. So they really had to somehow increase their sale, and 20% is big.
Does India have an advantage because it is such a diverse place? Because many people say there are at least a dozen different countries within the Indian part of the subcontinent. Does that give it an advantage?
Absolutely. I believe that if something can work in India, then by and large it can work in many countries across the world, because the conditions of many different countries already exist in India. Because India is a very diverse country in terms of infrastructure, language, culture, religion, and the topography and all that. So you'll find more and more innovations coming out of India which are relevant for the entire emerging world.
So do you think companies that don't think in a frugal, innovative way in terms of their business processing will fail in India?
When multinationals come into India, they'll have to come with an open mind, because India is a different country. The infrastructure is very weak, the systems are different, so they will have to learn from the bottom up, and what I call the community co-creation process, where you do all your innovation by involving the community, involving the consumers, because their needs are something that multinationals don't understand. So it must all happen from the bottom up. And companies that ignore this will then lose out, because they'll not be able to serve this large middle income, which is 500 million people, if they don't understand their needs and how they use the products.